you know how when they do an EKG and it's a flat line, they think that you're dead, right? They're like, you're brain dead. This guy he was depressed and like he passed out in the tub or something. And when he got up, he couldn't smell. And he couldn't really feel emotions. So something would happen that common sense tells you you're going to feel a particular emotion, and he felt nothing. And he was aware that this was off, but he wasn't sure quite why. And it turns out they did a brain scan after all this weirdness because he felt an affinity for the dead. He would keep loitering near cemeteries thinking that they were his friends and he wanted to be dead, and why wouldn't people just let him die? They would put him on a suicide watch, let him kill himself, that kind of thing. And it turns out when they did a brain scan that it was black. Like usually when you do a brain scan, you see different areas of activity, right? And sometimes if the person has a stroke, you'll see a particular like dark spot or something. His was completely black. As far as our most up-to-date technology could tell, he had no brain activity whatsoever. But he was sitting there talking and interacting with the world, and still had his executive functions. So that's very interesting because it proves to us that our instruments are not as sensitive as we think they are, and sometimes they'll use those instruments to test whether or not someone is brain dead and you can take them off life support, right? Are they in a deep enough coma or not? And this is interesting because when you're going to donate your organs, they will donate your organs only if you're brain dead, not if there's brain death and cardiac death. So when your heart stops beating, you're dead. But you have to have blood flowing through your organs for them to be donated, if that makes sense. So they'll keep you on life support until they can, take the organs out, and then, they're transplanted. So if you're brain dead, they can do it. And so what brain death is important because that guides whether or not they can pull the plug and donate your organs.
So is he brain dead?
According to our instrumentation, he is brain dead, but he walking around talking, so clearly we're missing something. It's called like thanatopsia or something like that. And so they're calling it like the zombie disease, and this major, kind of case study now, and very well known to the scientists who study what he does, because it has never been seen before. But it's very interesting because that means sometimes we say someone's in a vegetative state or that they're brain dead, and so we say, well, take them off life support, they're not aware of anything, they can't feel anything. Clearly, that's not always as true as we think it was. And so, does that make, when someone is declared brain dead and you transplant their organs, is that murder? You know what I mean? Like, there are consequences to that discovery, which is why I will never donate my organs, but I will donate my entire body to science. Because to donate your body, you can die, cardiac death, dead, as opposed to just brain dead. And that is why I do not have a little heart to be on my soon-to-be driver's license.